Twitter's notices settings control how you're notified about certain things. Let's take a look at them. Click Settings, and then click Notices. And these are the notices settings. The first one is Auto Nudge, and this option only appears if you have Twitter set up to work with a cell phone. You would turn on this checkbox if you wanted Twitter to send you an auto nudge message, in other words, nudge you every 24 hours if you haven't sent an update. I covered the nudging feature of Twitter in another video, and this basically works the same thing, except rather than someone else nudging you, Twitter will do it automatically. If you really want to make sure that you post an update to Twitter at least once a day, you might want to turn this on. Personally, I would never dream of turning this on because I really don't want to get text messages periodically from an automated system. It's really entirely up to you. The next setting is for @replies, and it offers 3 different options. The first option will show you all @replies. The second is only the @replies to the people you're following, and the third is no @replies. Now, I explain what @replies are in another video. Just as a quick review, if someone posts a Twitter update and it begins with the @ symbol followed by another Twitter member's name, that's an @reply. It's a reply that's sent specifically to a person. It's still public, so it could still appear in your timeline, but it's also specifically to that person. By default, Twitter is set up to only send you the @replies to the people that you're following. So say you follow a guy named Joe and you follow a girl named Sue, and Joe sends an @reply to Sue. You would see that @reply in your timeline. Now, if Joe sends an @reply to someone named Steve and you don't follow Steve, you would not see that one, even though you follow Joe. This is, my opinion, the best way to have it set up. What you'll find is that a lot of Twitter users use @replies very frequently. You don't necessarily want to see the @replies that they send to other people, people that you're not following. In that case, you would want to leave it set just the way it is right here. If, however, you like to read every single tweet that comes out of the people you're following, then you want to turn on where it says all @replies. You'd want to select that option. What that would do is it would send you every single tweet sent by the people you follow, even if that tweet is an @reply to someone you don't follow. That's going to increase the number of tweets that appear in your Twitter timeline. So you might want to keep that in mind. If you turn this on and you start being overwhelmed with the number of tweets that you get, you can always set it to this other option, the default option. The third option is no @replies at all. In that case, you would not see any tweets that were addressed to anyone other than you, even if it was sent by someone that you follow to someone that you follow. So if you don't want to listen in on other people's conversations, even if they're public conversations, you might want to choose this third option, and that will really minimize the number of incoming tweets that you get. Now, if you find that confusing, it's really actually one of the more confusing things that are part of Twitter. If you replay this lesson and it still doesn't clear it up for you, you might want to try reading this help article. Just click the link over here. The folks at Twitter know that this is confusing, and they've created a help article that helps explain it. I think I explained it pretty well, but if you want someone else's words to explain it, just try that. The next option is new follower emails. And what this does is it will send you an email when somebody starts following you. This option is turned on by default, and it's kind of a neat thing unless you get hundreds and thousands of followers. What I use this for, I keep it turned on for my account, and what I use it for is when someone starts following me, I check out their profile because there'll be a link in the email you get about it. I check out their profile, and then if it's somebody that interests me, I'll start following them. If it's somebody that doesn't really interest me all that much, I won't. Direct text emails, which is also turned on by default, will automatically send you an email message every time someone sends you a direct message. Now remember, this is a direct message, which is private. This isn't an @reply. If you leave this turned on, you'll get them every time you get a direct message. If you turn it off, the direct messages will only go to your Twitter account, and you can see them in the Direct Messages tab from your Twitter homepage. The email newsletter option, and you could probably turn this on or off when you created your account. What this will do is if it's turned on, you will automatically get an email newsletter that comes from the folks at Twitter. It'll tell you about new features in Twitter and other things that you might find interesting for working with Twitter. Again, I'm the kind of person who doesn't like a lot of email that I don't need, so I usually keep email newsletter features turned off. But if you want to know what's new, it's a great thing to turn on. When you're finished making any changes in here at all, you want to click the Save button. It'll save your changes, and the changes take effect immediately after you save them. So as you can see, the Notices options determine how much interaction you have with Twitter. By setting these options, you can limit the amount of email and other communication you get related to your Twitter account.